what was the page that I stopped at? I don't remember exactly, but I think the page was 49, I think. Okay. Today we're gonna continue to the reading of the text from this book, and the name of this book is Teaching by Principles in Interactive Approach to Language Pedagogy. It's the book. I think it's an important book to try to understand the principles to teaching. I think it's nice. And here I'm reading the chapter 4, and the title of this chapter is Methodical History of Language Teaching. And I already read the first page, the page in 47, and the page 48. And the page 48, it was more interesting because this page it was about approach, method, and technique. We saw the difference between these things: approach, method, and technique. And we saw the approach, is according to Anthony, it's a set of assumptions dealing with the nature of language learning and teaching. Approach is a biggest thing, the theory before, or the theory behind the things. I think is it. And the method, it's in an overall plan for systematic presentation of language based upon a selected approach. Well, here we have an approach, okay, and a kind of theory, a big theory behind the things, okay? And when you have this kind of thing, or it's a kind of approach, you have to choose a method. And here we can continue the foundation of classroom practice, okay? And after we have techniques. Techniques are the specific activity manifested in the classroom that are consistent with a method and therefore in harmony with an approach as well. And here we have a technique. Technique is a specific thing, a specific tool that you can use on your class, for example, okay? Here in this text we have different words or different concept, but just a different word, not exactly the same, but we have approach, design, okay, we have a procedure, and we have a method. And here, let's see the difference. Anthony's approach, method, and technique were renamed. Yes, it's the correct sentence to say here. Just the rename it to respectively approach, design, okay, approach, then rename it to design, and procedure, with a superordinate term to describe this 3 steps process now called method. Okay, but it was the things or the subjects that I talked on the last video. On this video we're gonna continue the reading from this book, and let's try to see this. I'm gonna try to read the first one, maybe one, the second, maybe, let me see what. Okay, I try to read maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 paragraphs to continue this how can I say tema in English, subject, maybe theme, I don't know. Okay. Oh, let me say something. My objective here, my goal on this channel is just to try to practice in English and trying to say something here. I don't speak in English. I don't speak English because so well, because I don't use this in my day. Okay, if you can use your English in your day, it's easier to understand, to apply the things, because you can use. But I don't use. My native language is Portuguese, and and so I don't use in English, okay? But I try to practice here when I record this video. And when I try to record these videos to YouTube, okay, try to imagine or try to put them in practice 4 things: reading, like I'm doing right now. Try to speaking, exactly I'm doing in this moment. Try to writing, but writing I'm not doing here, but I would like to. And try to listen when you can hear something in English, okay? And here in this video I just try to use the reading, okay? It's the main technique that I try to do, and try to speak too. I think it's more difficult. Okay, let's read the first paragraph, and the second maybe, and the third, fourth, or fifth. Let's try. Though the reformulation, Richards and Rogers made 2 principal contributions to our understanding of the concept of method. First one, they specified the necessary elements of language teaching designs that had heretofore been left somewhat vague. Their schematic representation of a method reveals 6 important features of designs: objectives, syllables, criteria for selection and organization of linguistic and subject matter content, activities, linear roles, teacher roles, and the role of instructional materials. The other 3 features have occupied a significant proportion of our collective attention on the profession for the last decade or so. Already in this book, you may have noted how, for example, linear roles, style individual preference for a group of individual linear, student important determining curricular content are important considerations in your teaching. Second point here. The second, Richards and Rogers nudged us into at least relying on questioning the notion to that separate the new definable and described methods are the essential building blocks of methodology, by helping us to think in terms of an approach that undergirds our language designers curricula, which are realized by various procedural techniques. We could see that methods, as we still use and understand the term, are too restrictive, too pre-programmed, and too packaged. Virtually all language teaching methods make the oversimplify the assumption that what teachers do in the classroom can be conventionalized in a set of procedures that fits all context. We are now all too aware that such is clearly not the case. Okay, I read the first paragraph and the second paragraph. I have to be honest. It's not easy to understand, okay? It's not easy to understand the text, but if I can focus on if I read very slowly, maybe it would be easier, or it would be less difficult to understand, okay? But it's not easy. Let's try to read the third paragraph. As well shall see in the next chapter, the relative concept of separate methods is no longer a central issue in language teaching and practice. Instead, we currently make ample reference to methodology as our superordinate umbrella, superordinate umbrella term, reserving the term method for some that specific identifiable clusters of theoretically compatible classroom techniques. It was the third paragraph. Let's see the fourth paragraph. So, Richards and Rogers' reformulation of the concept of method was soundly conceived. However, their attempted to give a new meaning to an old term that has not caught on this pedagogical literature. what they would like us to call methods more comfortably refer to. I think it's a methodology in order to avoid confusion with what we will no doubt always thinking of those separate entities like audiolingua or suggestopedia that are no longer at the center of our teaching and philosophy. Another terminological problem lies in the use of the terms design. Instead, we more comfortably have to curricula of syllables when we refer to design a future of language program. I think here we have just an explanation about why this author, renamed the things and the difficulties to use these names. It's just it, okay? It's not the problem if you read something and you can't understand all the words, but you just have to try to read and try to say something, try to explain. But there is no problem if we can understand all the things. So we just have to try to read and then try to see and try to imagine or try to catch the meaning of this text, okay? It was the video today, and the next video I'm going to try to read the figure. We have here a figure, a special figure, elements and sub-elements of method, according to Richards and Rogers 1986. Okay, and we have this kind of here. It's a kind of resume, I don't know, abstract. Okay, and I'm gonna try to explain it. Thank you for watching me until here, and if you want, you can watch the last video that I try to say something about the approach, method, and technique. In the next video, so in the next week, I'm going to see you again. Thank you for watching here my video.